All right, time to take a look at the VEVOR 1,320 pound electric hoist. Ooh, okay, cool. So they actually included some really nice nylon straps on here. These are super heavy duty straps. Just by looking at this, whatever the hoist is capable of loading, this is gonna be able to hold up as well. And we got two different sizes too. That is cool. So we got our hangers. So we got some hardware, and we actually got the screws inside a little plastic case. That's actually neat. I've never seen anybody do that. We also got some AAA batteries in here, and that is going to be for the remote. What do we got here? This has got to be the controller. There we go. This is the remote. So this is another thing that's going to make this hoist stand out amongst other hoists, is that this actually has a full wireless remote. So you can keep it tethered on just like this if you want, or you can just take this thing and throw it on the wall. Now what that's going to be great for is when you're working with a hoist that has a corded remote on it, you're always having to fight that thing whipping around, or even just being in your face if you're going to be dangling it from the hoist. With this, you don't really have to worry about that unless you want to. So we got up, down, start, and stop. It also says this is waterproof. Cool. So that's nice. We can actually put this thing in a dirty environment. It's even got this little case for it. We got our instructions. Okay, good. We got our other hanger. We got our hook. Got some mounting bolts. And there it is. This is the main hook, so it's going to be twice the speed, but half the capacity. So if you want to go at the full speed, what you would do is you would use this guy, wrap it around this cable, hang this on top of it, and then this is going to go half the speed, but twice the capacity. So this is going to go for the full 1,320 pounds. So you got to kind of make the choice. Do you want speed or do you want capacity? I usually just like having the capacity just because I like going slow. So whenever you're moving things up and down slowly, there's going to be less rattling, there's going to be less movement. So it's going to help to protect the equipment that you're actually lifting. So I am going to be using this guy. One thing that's very cool to see is we actually have a 40-foot cable on here. So you're going to be able to lift things, I mean, that's like 4 stories tall. So this thing is going to give you a ton of range. Of course, you can split that in half if you use this, but even still with this, that's 20 feet. So this has a very high range on it. So this is the controller. This is going to have basically the brains of the winch in it. So it's going to have all the overload protection and all that. This is also going to have the receiver for the remote. Now the cord on here isn't super long, but it's actually not the shortest cord that I've seen. I've seen hoists that come with a 2-foot cord. So this is at least longer than that. Okay, I was wrong. We do not hook it on here. This is actually a limit switch. So that's actually a good thing that we have on here. So what that's going to do is whenever this bumps into it, that's going to stop the machine and make sure it doesn't rip itself apart. The good thing to have on there, don't do what I just did. This actually hooks on, there is a hole right over here. So that is where that hooks on. There is some tape on here. We want to make sure that we take this off before we actually start running the hoist. But I'm going to wait on that for right now because I want to get this thing mounted so that there's some weight on here so that this thing doesn't just unspring. But what we got to do with this guy, so this hook won't just fit over that cable. We have to kind of take it apart. It's not really that difficult to do though. There is a cotter pin right here. So I'm going to pull that out. We got a washer here. And then when we push this pin through, this wheel is going to fall out. Okay, so now we can put that around the cable and reassemble. And just to be safe, it's usually a good idea to try to bend this cotter pin around. You can bend it around one direction, but it's usually better to split these and bend one around one way and the other around the other way. Just like that. So that will not come loose. Okay, so I'm going to take this thing to the shop and I'm going to put it to work. What's kind of interesting is it did actually give a wiring diagram on here, so maybe if one day you decide you don't want to do the wireless anymore, you want to hook up a full wired remote, they give you the diagram. So yellow is up, blue is down, red is thread. That's cool. It's nice that they gave you that information. need to like change casters or anything, I can do that. And this is with the speed hook. So this is a heavy table. This thing can easily lift twice that amount. Boom. So that is one pretty awesome hoist. I am very happy with that.